Hi guys, welcome back to this week's video. Even though I haven't really been posting much, but I'm gonna be reading you guys a story called Fire Force. So it's not fully done, but I just want to let you guys know what you think on the story, and also don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell if you want to see more of my videos. So let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Jade Friedman, also known as Fire Force. She has dark brown eyes, gorgeous auburn, long wavy hair with face-framing bangs, and fair skin with a bright orange flames forearm tattoo on both arms. When she transforms into Fire Force, she will have a dark orange fireproof suit with a bright orange flame symbol in the center, and a dark orange mask and dark orange boots with bright orange straps that are a part of the suit. Her abilities are superhuman speed, which allows her to move quickly and very easily, superhuman strength, which allows her to be extremely strong, invulnerability, which allows her to avoid physical attacks and cannot die or get injured. And the last ability is pyrokinesis, which allows her to create fire in hot temperatures. As Fire Force ran swiftly through the streets, chasing a vehicle full of bad guys, a guy shot a machete at her. But she quickly jumped towards it, grabbed it, and threw it at their vehicle, which made them and the vehicle explode. But what she didn't know was that it created a traffic jam. After it exploded, the explosion made her go flying backwards onto the ground, and she dropped to the ground as her ears were ringing. When she fully dropped to the ground and landed on her back, she immediately lost consciousness. Her eyes fluttered open as she regained consciousness. She noticed herself laying on a hospital bed and wearing a hospital gown. She sat up very quickly, gasping for air, but then a doctor came rushing in and immediately flashed a flashlight in her eyes. She squinted her eyes because of how bright it was, but then the doctor's assistant comes rushing inside too and helps him out. She quickly got out of the bed, quickly stood up facing them, and sternly asked, "Okay, what is going on here?" The doctor and the assistant left the room, and her mom walked inside. "Hey, sweetheart," she said with a suspicious voice tone and smile. "Mom, is that really you?" she asked as her voice trembled and tears filled into her eyes. She ran towards her and gave her a huge hug, but she fell through her like she was a ghost. "Mom, why can't I touch you?" she asked as her voice trembled and tears rolled down her cheeks. Then she faded away as she said, "Wake up, Jade." She looked at her with a confused expression as she was fading away. She ran towards, trying to give her a hug goodbye, but she had disappeared. She put her hands onto her face as she cried her eyes out. Then she vanishes into thin air. She woke up alarmingly, drenched in sweat, as she noticed she was sitting on a hospital bed and wearing a hospital gown. She saw her arms connected with wires and saw that she was in the hospital. "I can't believe it was just a dream. I miss you so much, Mom," she said to herself, crossing her arms onto her tummy as tears filled her eyes and tears fell from her eyes and dropped onto the blanket. She has now just realized that she wasn't wearing her superhero uniform. She had a worried expression as she laid back down onto the bed, and she drifted off to sleep as her tears rolled down her cheeks. In the morning, Jade opened her eyes slowly as she let out a yawn. She sat up as a nurse walked in. handed her a tray of blueberry royal pancakes, bacon, sausage, and a glass of orange juice. When she laid the tray onto her lap, she left, and Jade picked up the plate with her hands, ate the whole thing, ate sausage, bacon, and chugged down the glass of orange juice. She set it down onto the stand beside her. She pulled the wires off her arms, took off the plastic tube off her face, stood off the bed, and snuck out of the hospital, forgetting her clothes. When she exited out of the hospital, she noticed she was still wearing the hospital gown, and she ran lightning speed into the hospital and back out wearing her regular clothes. Then she took out the elastic band in her hair, re-put her hair in a slicked ponytail, and she walked off. She quickly arrived at home, showered to get the hospital smell off, and changed into new clothes, which is a bright orange strapless crop top, black leggings with pockets, white socks, and she put on bright orange tennis shoes with white laces and the bottom. Then she grabbed her backpack and ran lightning speed through the school doors as they flew open, and she arrived into the classroom door as it flew open. She sat down in her seat as she listened to the lecture. At the end of class, the bell rang, and everyone had already left while she was laying on her desk completely passed out. The teacher walked over to her, leaned towards her ear, and yelled, "Get up!" She jumped up, startled in her seat as her ears were ringing.